The latest breakthroughs. Turns out one of the biggest discoveries is actually this tiny. See how small that is? This little chip may be the next big thing, and it sounds like it's right from a sci-fi movie, but people all over the world are implanting these into their wrists. So I asked my producer, Dean, to find out more about this cutting-edge technology and what it could mean for your health.
Whether it's our smartphones, our watches, our fitness trackers, or our Bluetooth headphones, it's clear that technology is not just part of our lives, it's running them. It's how we buy things, watch things, how we date, stay safe, even how we travel. Paul? Cool. We're so attracted to our devices that they're basically becoming a part of our bodies. But what if they really could become a part of our bodies? Well, guess what? They can. Meet the RFID microchip. This tiny chip, which can be implanted into your wrist, yes, I did say wrist, uses short-range radio frequency identification, similar to the tech used to track your pets or your phone. Once implanted in your body, it could identify you as you pass through the airport, open the door to your home. It could even be used to buy groceries at the supermarket. Now, your driver's license, passport, keys, and wallet are all inside your body, contained in something the size of a grain of rice. I know it might sound like sci-fi, but it's not. 10,000 people have already been chipped, and the number is growing. The possibilities are limitless, especially when it comes to your health. Imagine you're rushed to the hospital without any identification. But with just one scan of your chip, doctors know your name, date of birth, medical history, insurance, blood type, allergies, even the medication you're taking. This chip in your wrist won't just change your life, one day it might just save it. And that's why this little RFID microchip is the next big thing.
The next big thing, they say. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. The next big thing, they say. The next big thing. So, is this a surprise? Absolutely not. It was bound to happen. Through the Spirit of the Lord. Brothers been saying this from the apostles on down for decades now. Don't mind me, I had something posted, but I guess it just disappeared. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna make it that big. I'm not gonna make it that long. Salakia. I'm trying to find where's my scriptures, man. But it's clear as day what's happening. Things are rapidly, gradually accelerating. Okay? Things are accelerating. Prophecies are accelerating. To accelerate meaning it's moving faster. And it has to move faster. For our souls, for the battle for our souls, the battle for the righteous, this thing must happen. And all you people out there that's been bullshitting, all you people out there that have been saying, oh, this is not it, shame on you. Shame on you. The scripture I'm looking for is what? I think it should be Ezekiel. Parable. Let me see what it says. I think in Ezekiel. Maybe it's 24. No. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a proverb. That's what it is. When the Lord said to Ezekiel, this proverb, which saying, nope, not that one. Yep, this is the one. Proverbs, see. Ezekiel 14 and 8. Oh, actually, no, I'm wrong. Oh, it's 12. I'm sorry. Ezekiel 12 and 22. Son of man, what is this proverb that that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and and every vision faileth? What it means prolonged, meaning this thing is going to be. There's a saying in the world, kicking the can down the road. So instead of confronting a problem, some people like to say it's going to come. That's later, or in this case, some experts, some Israelite professionals will say it doesn't exist, or that's not the main thing. Dr. Oz, I seen a brother have posted it, is the official, I think he's the top health guy, something like that. And he's showing that on the television. Even Robert Kennedy Jr., he even want to push this wearable device. So all you people out there, once again, that said this thing is not real, or you looking real foolish right now, it says, tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashar, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, the effect of every vision. So the days are at hand. So there's no more, is it this or is it that? He said everything that needs to be said. Tracking device, medical, everything that you could think of, including the main course is the financial advice. All these things, and they might say, oh no, that doesn't mean that this, that, to the third. What does it mean then? At the end of the day, what does this mean? This means this is it. Ezekiel 33 and 33 to the point. It says, and when this come to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall you know that a prophet has been among them. So everything that from Apostle Tahar has said on down is coming to fruition. This is going to shake the whole foundation of the whole earth. Okay? So more and more, every day, they're going full-blown digital. You have no more privacy at all. Privacy is thrown out the window. Right now, we're all skating, or we're just getting by, which is a good thing, because at the end of the day, we are on the verge of the Lord fully, which the Lord has always shown us, those that serve Him, that we are taken care of. Is the people outside of us, family members and so forth, that have this conflict within themselves of fear. And that fear is the unknown. But it's something that we've been saying this is going to happen. Expect life to be very uncomfortable, especially if you fully commit to this world. They had to build a system in order for this thing to happen, and they have built it, and they're going rapid speed. I think the man Trump has signed executive orders for tech to have more control. Was it Parliament? Parliament. They swore to the U.S. military. So everything is going digital. Everything is going AI. No more privacy. No more nothing. This man he's gonna play the role. Actually, let me say this real quick. Isaiah 14 and 12. Let me see. Hold on. Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? heart that cut down to the ground. Matter of fact, I'm not the one. Oh, let me go over to the point. 14:14. Isaiah 14:14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And this is what this man is showing. He's exhibiting a godship, a godhood. All right. He's now showing the world that he think as a god. That's what. Oh, see Ezekiel. I guess I got Ezekiel in my mind. Ezekiel 28, 2 or 3. 2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and I have said, I am a god. So this is Esau. Esau's whole notion right now that he is a god. And one of the main things as a god, the controls of souls. This is what this man is doing. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, which is not, it's talking about the sea of people. Habakkuk 2 verse 5, I believe. Habakkuk 2 and 5, it says, oh, yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. And this is Esau. Because this device, this technology itself, it's cancerous. It's deadly. All right? His whole desire is to what? To gather, which is going to say, but cannot be satisfied, but gathers unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Revelation 17, I believe. Well, actually, I should just go to the thing, to the point, 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. So the sea that this man sits on is a sea of people. So he's sitting as a god in front of the sea of people. Going back to Ezekiel 28 and 2, I'm going to the point where I left off. It says, in the midst of the seas, which is the people, yet thou art a man and not a god, and thou shalt set thine heart as the heart of God. So that their heart and mind as the Most High. This is why everything's surveillance. Everything is all about keeping tracking people, tracking your movements. You can't do nothing in this society without them knowing, because you need a bank account. You need certain things. You commit a crime in this society now, everything's recorded. And they allow the information on whom they want to allow information to come out. So even in that false idea is what? They're still showing favoritism. That's why this is the most corrupted nation on the planet Earth. The most corrupted people on the planet Earth. The same things that they will punish one person with the extent of their law, the same person that breaks the law, who is lesser, they'll give them to the extent of their law, because they're nothing but hypocrites. And the godship, which is Alahayim, also means judge. All right, so they sit as a god, as the God and the judge over people. Hey, the scripture says that Yahweh said unto Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. Well, guess what? Esau does the same fucking thing. This is why a lot of people that, like the whole Diddy thing, they're already talking about how Trump is going to pardon Diddy, Giselle, Maxwell, and all these other different people, because they sit in the judgment seat. All right. And the scripture says, let me go back to this real quick. I believe it's Haggai 1 and 5, I believe. Or is it? Oh, Habakkuk. It's Habakkuk, sorry. It says, therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doeth never go forth. For the wicked have compassed about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Because who's in power? The wicked. So the wicked are in power, and the wicked is doing what the wicked feels like doing. And their ultimate goal, their ultimate thing is to amass, to control the masses of the people. To sit there and remote control everybody. This is what we're dealing with. Alright? Because the Lord gave this man, he gave him something that the rest of us, the Wadi Yahaba Shemi Shot, not giving us that. And that he has given them is the knowledge on the left hand side. Alright? And this is what he's exercising, he's expressing himself. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. And Daniel was known for what? Interpreting dreams before even somebody even told him. Alright? Imagine telling somebody what they're dreaming about when somebody don't even tell you exactly what they dreamed about in the middle of the night, verbatim, and break it down. That's the sort of level that this man is. And the scripture says, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. So even to the point of their science, which science means knowledge, where you can check out the scope of somebody's genes, all right? Just what how about I forgot. There's like a in each chromosome there's like a tell, in which it tells you your life expense, your life, how long your life is gonna be. Where did they get that? Like, how did they get that answer from? All right, they got this because the Lord gave them some sort of knowledge. So his whole thing has been what? To merge man with machine. So if you merge man with machine, now you have full access into man's minds, thoughts, movement, and their soul. What makes a person an individual? Now you can fully grasp and understand what makes a person an individual. Because no one, no matter how they put it, no one is a clone of another. We are all individuals, yet our behaviors are the behaviors that we normally are of the people. So this man has trying to get everybody in this herd mentality, mainly a hive mentality. Matter of fact, type it in. Hopefully I didn't watch nothing stupid. Yeah, okay. Hive. Hive mindset. I don't know. A hive mind. A hive mind is the most basic definition. Reference to collective intelligence of a group, often compared to coordinated behavior of social insects like bees or ants. More broadly, it can describe the collective thoughts and opinions of a group of people, particularly when those thoughts are seen as influencing or even controlling individual behavior. The term is also used in science fiction to describe a collective consciousness formed by a like minds. So this is what a hive mentality is, and this is exactly how they want people to be. This is why people are so socially engineered to the things of this world. All right, it says a hive mind in this context reference. Again, which we just read that. Okay, here's one. In human groups, the term can describe a group mentally where individuals share thoughts, opinions, and knowledge, acting as a unified entity. That sounds good, right? No. This can be seen online communities where users often relay on collective knowledge and opinion of a group, the internet hive mind, for the information and guidance. In some cases, this can lead a sense of uncritical conformity and a loss of individuality. So you no longer your own self. And the Lord created every man to be his own self, believe it or not. Okay? It says the concept of a hive mentality can also be used to describe a groupthink, where individuals in a group prioritize conformity and consensus over critical thinking and individual decision making. All right, science fiction. In science fiction, a hive mind is a pilot device where multiple minds or consciousness are linked, forming a single collective intelligence. I always reference shows, movies, or whatever. There was a show called The Hundreds, and I believe it was season 3. They had people that had the chip, right? And when the people had the chip, they was in a hive mentality. So whatever secret that this person knew about you, and another person they know, now all of a sudden they knew. But that whole transaction, I forgot the episode. What was this girl? The girl name was Raven. And she was possessed because she had the chip in her. And as she was possessed, which is going to go into the same thing the next one. Like she was demonically possessed, and then they was trying to convince another person to join them. And all that shit that remind me of was like when you watch those exorcism movies, when demons, like a legion, which we know goes back to Roman armies. I believe like over 7,000 members of a Roman army. So there's like over 7,000 demons that's locked into a particular person. In this case, in a hive mentality, is everybody interfacing with each other and knowing everything that's going on. So there's no more individuals. And the thing about it too, there's a greater person that's controlling the hive mentality. That's the other factor that they're not explaining. And it says the boar from Star Trek is classic example where individuals are assimilated into collective consciousness, and their individuality is suppressed. These fictional hive minds often involves telepathic and other forms of communication that allow of seamless sharing of thoughts and information. And that's what these mother effers wants to do. Okay? They lower the mind standards of everyone to be more reliant on the government of the powers to be, than to control the masses, complete control of the masses with this chip. Now, I might add, I always reference this. They do not want to chip every single person. That is not the goal. They have a set goal of 500 million people to remaining on the earth, because they say it's more in the sense of control. Okay, so what would happen to the other people? Other people that's not worthy in their sight is going to be exterminated. A nice way of saying killed. All right? This is all happening right before our eyes. The majority of people on the planet Earth right now don't want to reproduce. It's impossible to have children. And if you have children, the children are not yours. They belong to the state and so forth. Okay? The Lord said, be fruitful and multiply. This man's come doing the complete opposite. All right. Oh, scripture says that let every man be persuaded in his own mind. How can a man be persuaded in his own mind when somebody else is in his mind? You get it? So even in that sense, if a Christian would say, oh, well, it's a Christian mentality, well, guess what? Even in that sense, these devils don't want that. This is a full-blown attack on Most High, your God-given rights. All right? They want this mentality. They want this mindset. They want everything. It says, Ezekiel 28:4, with thy wisdom, with thy understanding, that has gotten thee riches, and has gotten gold and silver in thy treasures. And it says, by thy great wisdom, and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. So to get to the point that they get to right now is beyond riches. It's beyond wealth. They have that. They want to take it to another level. Which one? My favorite scripture is, I'm not gonna get it. Matter of fact, I should get it. Let me read a little bit more. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Therefore, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of nations, and they shall draw their swords against thy beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. Which meaning what? Cast filth. All right, destroyed, annihilate, be wiped out. By what? Thermonuclear destruction. Because they trying to bypass the set destruction that the Lord has appointed to this place. This is why what's his name? This damn devil name, man. Not Dr. No. I gotta give a good nickname for this guy. He said if God flood the world or something like that, if he flood again, they have an option. So it's all about challenging and going against what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua has established. This man is the anti-life, and everything that he's given is given by the Lord's second hand. It says the knowledge of Sirach 19:22, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of the sinner's prudence. There's a wickedness and the same an abomination, and there's a fool wanting. Is a fool wanting in wisdom. So the fool that's wanting in wisdom is Esau. What wisdom that he wants? He wants to establish. He wants to establish to live forever. That's what his whole thing is about. It's about living forever, cheating death. This whole humanism is about escaping death. I didn't want to make it too long because I could go. Revelations 3. Matter of fact, we're going 3:16. It says, and he causeth all. Matter of fact, 3:15. And he had power to give life to the image of the beast. What is that image? Image is likeness. So he had power to give the likeness of the first beast. The first beast was what? The Roman Empire. What was so significant about the Roman Empire? They had slavery. They had slaves. Slaves had no form of individuality. All right. The power that he had was the knowledge. The Lord allowed him to revive that Roman Empire into the form that is called today, the New World Order. Okay. And the ultimate goal is to what? To the digital ool. So the digital ool is the RFID microchip. It says that the image of the beast should both speak, which speaking was the idea, but they made the idea to come to fruition. That's why they're speeding things up. And it says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So those that don't worship or acknowledge this new world order will be killed. So that right there proves the statement I made. Not everybody's going to get into their kingdom. Their kingdom is for individuals only. I mean, not individuals, key individuals. All right. The ultimate goal is to kill off the elect. That's what the whole thing is about right now. Because in their eyes, the generations that lived before is not going to accept this new world order. So they're going to have to try to get rid of the majority of the people by passing draconian laws. All right? And this is a worldwide event. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So 2 classifications. The have and the have-nots. If you're in a good position, you're going to have to do it. If you have no position, you're going to have to do it in order to live in their world. All right? It says free and bond, which is prison or out and about, to receive a mark in their right hand and their forehead, which is the Hebrew, the Greek word for mark is charagma, which means to insert, incision. It's all about control influences, or in their foreheads, which is going to the narrow link. The Greek word for forehead is metapon. All right. So the metapon, or meta, is the one that, like I'm the elder bishop, the bishop, not been said to go. The whole Star Trek thing, to go somewhere where no man has gone before, which is what? The human mind. The human mind. They know the basic desires of man. Psalm 64:6. They know your basic desire, the animalistic behavior that they promote in the society, but now they want to go and touch your soul, control your soul. It says that no man might buy or sell. In order to do that, you have to create a system that relies on, where everybody have to rely on you. So this is why they're using these worldwide catastrophic events to put fear into the minds of the people. Okay? They don't want nobody to be individuals. They don't want nobody to be outside the grid. Everybody got to enter the grid. They're planning to wipe out natural places, and everybody come into these smart cities. But once again, in order to get into these facilities, you're going to have to sell out, and the majority of people are not going to make it anyway. They're banking on that. It says, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, which we all know is 666. So this is his ultimate goal, his ultimate plan, and it's evil, it's wicked. And this is why the Lord, when this man is about to think he's going to establish his dominant rule on the masses, the Lord is going to rain fire on his ass. All right? So, with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.